What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love. If you are here and you can hear me clearly, please drop y'all ones in the chat. Please drop y'all ones in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly so we can get into today's show. I'm going to give y'all a minute to drop y'all ones. Then we're going to get into it. Okay, let's see if you guys can hear me. Okay. Awesome. Glad you guys can hear me. Glad you guys can hear me. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm y'all host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that share button. All the visionaries that's in the building. Smash that like button. Smash that share button. Share it on your community tabs, your Facebooks, your Instagrams, anywhere that you share content. Share today's show. Share today's show. Share today's show. I'm going to give some shout outs. I'm going to shout you guys out in the chat. And then we're going to get to it. We are going to get into it. So let's see who's in the building. Let's see who's in the building. Shout out to Bob. Salute, Bob. Shout out to you. Shout out to SB. Hey, SB. How you doing? Shout out to Miss Queena in the building. Shout out to Miss Queena, always coming through and holding down the Chizat. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Miss Letitia. What's up, Letitia? What's going on with you? Shout out to my man Boot Camp. What's good, Boot Camp? What's going on? What's going on? Shout out to Cuzzo on the check-in. Salute, salute. Shout out to Jeff Reviews. Sir Leo Puma. Salute. Shout out to the OG Mace. What up, Mace? Salute. What's up, L'Oreal? Good to see you. Good to see you. See who else up in the building. Shout out to Miss Camille. Hey, Miss Camille. Good to see you. I'm glad you was able to make it. Glad you was able to make it. Good to see you. Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan in the building. Salute, my brother. Salute, salute, salute. Brick Squad in the building. Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan, man. Let's see who else in the building. Mr. Please Believe It. What's up, Mr. Please Believe It? Salute. Intellectual novice in the building. Salute, my brother. Salute. What up, Maybach? Shout out to my guy Maybach in the building. Self University. Salute, my brother. Shout out to everyone in the building, man. Shout out to everyone in the building. Y'all see today's show. Y'all see today's show. We have to talk about this, man. We have to talk about this. Because, see, what's being created on these YouTube platforms with this gender war stuff is we don't realize just how much we're putting ourselves in harm's way. We don't realize this. We don't realize it. Make sure y'all check out yesterday's show. If y'all missed yesterday's show, we spoke on, what happened in the situation with the girl who got hit with the brick. And it ties into what I'm going to talk about today. Men can never play victim, but often victimized. See, everybody want to play this sexist game and want to play genders against one another. Instead of us addressing the issues. And the issues is that people are being hurt. See, if you notice, that's not the issue with the girl getting hit with the brick. The girl that got hit with the brick, the issue that is being pushed the most is not the fact that she was hurt. It was the fact that no black men came to save her. That's the issue that's being harped upon. Not the fact that this girl got hurt. They're not concerned about her being hurt. They're not concerned about her current mental state. They're concerned with talking shit about what black men didn't do in this situation. You see? This is what's being harped upon. This is what a lot of these situations that you hear coming out to the forefront is all about. It's in an effort to continue to promote the gender war. Thanks, Cuzzo. If you missed yesterday's show, there's the link. The link is in the chat room. If you missed yesterday's show, make sure you go and check out yesterday's show after today's show. But see, we're in a time today where men can never play victim, but we're often victimized. We're often victimized. But the cries of a man is never heard. A cries of a man is ignored. See, because what's commonly said to men is you're a man. Who wants to hear a man cry? This is what's commonly said about men. This is what's commonly said about men. From women, by women. This is what's said. time and time again. I need a strong man. What's a strong man? What's a strong man? A man that knows how to continuously deal with being victimized. What's a strong man? See, fellas, this is why I did the vetting series. Because, see, you got to vet women. This is why you must vet women outside of the bedroom. Because you have to even be vetting this woman even in conversation. You have to vet her even in conversation. What is her mentality like? How does she actually view men in general? See, that's important for you. That's something you need to know. How does she view men in general? Generally speaking, what does she think about men? Not the men she been with, but men in general. How does she view a man? See, we have to find this stuff out. And the way we find it out, fellas, is through conversation. Stop trying to get between this woman's legs so fast and get between her ears. Because this is where you find her true nature at. Her true nature is not in between her legs. It's in between her ears. This is where you find her value, her true value. What's going on up here? What's going on up here? Not what's going on down there. What's going on up here? You see? Because, see, you could be dealing with a pretty predator. You know, like one of these right here. You want to know what a pretty predator look like? Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Looking to victimize a man. Here's one. Here she go. Marjorie Harvey. You want to see another one? Here she go. There's another one. There's another one. You see? There's another one. But how do you stop this from happening to you, fellas? You stop this from happening to you by paying attention to what's going on up here. You see? See, because men could never play victim, but we're often victimized. We're often victimized. And I'm going to play a video and I'm going to get into it. I'm going to play a video where a woman is speaking on this. This is what prompted me to do today's show. Because a lot of women pretend like they don't do this type of stuff. They like to play innocent. Like, oh, that's not me. Oh, I would never. Why do I have to do that? Women don't have to do this. Men are not hard to please. All we have to do is this. Okay. What's up, CC? Splash in the building. What's good, Splash? We're going to get into this video where this woman is going to get into how men are victimized. You see how they're purposely victimized by women. And then they turn around and say, oh, who did something to you? What's wrong with you? They do this type of shit. But see, a lot of times we don't notice because we're caught up in not looking like a victim. Because men can never play victim. See, when a man talks about what happens to him, right? If he's not of a certain age, his story is ignored. See? There's plenty of men who came right here on YouTube and discussed the shit that they've been through. And it was thrown to the side, ignored, made fun of, told, oh, well, I know you're not telling the whole story. I know you're. This is what happens all the time. This is what happens all the time. This is what constantly happens. Men can never play victim. And men don't look to play victim. See, that is another gaslighting statement. Oh, you're playing victim. That is to get you to shut up because they don't care about what happened to you. That's gaslighting in itself. Oh, how you a man playing victim? Well, I could say to you, how you a woman playing victim? We both adults, damn it. Since when did it become okay for you to dismiss what happens to me? But because I'm a man, I can't dismiss what happens to you because you're a woman. What rule book is that in? Tell me in what book of life does it says I have to allow you to victimize me while I allow you to perpetually be a victim around me? Where does that say that at? What relationship book does it says, hey, you can totally dismiss what your man talking about and what your man going through, but he never supposed to do it to you? Who raised y'all women? And I'm not talking about the women who raised y'all. I'm talking about the men. Who told y'all that it was okay to treat men this way? And I'm talking about the men in y'all life, because a man is supposed to teach a woman how to treat a man. A man is supposed to do that. You see that? A man can't teach you how to be feminine, but a man, specifically a father, teaches his daughter what it is to deal with a man, because that is her first interaction with a man. It's supposed to be with her father. So she's supposed to learn how to talk, respect, reverence, all of these things from how she interacts with her dad. She understands that her dad go through things as a man because she has a closeness with her dad. So she understands that men get stressed out because she saw that happen with her dad. So she understands men need a break and men need time to themselves because she understands that because her daddy told her, baby, give me a minute. Daddy tired. Give me a minute. See? You see this? What's up, JB? JB said most didn't have fathers. You see that? But then these same fatherless women get online and talk about men who grew up without fathers. How does that work? What's up, Brownie? Intellectual Novice says these modern day men want to be an alpha type, not a victim, because they value being a celebrated tool instead of a man with feelings and hurts just like anyone else. Absolutely. Absolutely. All that alpha shit is a defense mechanism. Most of these guys are characters. They're not alphas. And that's true, Intellectual Novice. Most of the men who were victimized claim to be alpha men, claim to be alphas. These are your ones who were victimized a lot. Brownie says, me and my daddy tight as hell. As you should. What up, David Owens? Yeah, it is. It is. It is, David Owens. But see, as men, we have to understand, and this is why agency and brotherhood is important, because these types of subjects right here are very sensitive to men. It's not really sensitive for women. See, these types of conversations, not saying that you ladies can't participate or whatever, but a lot of y'all won't understand a lot what's going on today's show because it's intimate for men. This is very interpersonal for men that a lot of women don't understand. You see? See, it's a difference when you get hurt and people act like you're not supposed to feel it compared to someone ignoring it. You see? Or someone trying to blame you. It's a difference. See, what y'all go through as women, y'all go through somebody trying to blame you, trying to say, well, what role did you play in it? See, it's a totally different ball game when it comes to men. See, when it comes to men, it's, well, why do you feel that way? You see the difference? See, when a man is violated, it's like, well, why do you feel violated? Well, why do you feel so hurt by it? See? See, that's a different level of victimization. See, because society has made men feel, especially black men, it has made us feel like anything that happens to us is supposed to happen. Anything that I experience in this life, I'm supposed to go through it. And I'm supposed to know how to tough it out alone. This is what black men are told. When doors are shut in your face in society, don't look for nobody to come home and tell that to. Don't expect your woman to be available to deal with that when you lose your job. Expect to come home and that woman talk shit to you. Expect that. Because she's not supposed to feel for you, because you a man and you supposed to provide and you supposed to lead and you supposed to do this and you supposed to be this and you supposed to be that and you supposed to be everything. So she's supposed to put pressure on you. You're supposed to know how to deal with it. You a man. You're not supposed to feel that. Why do you feel that? You're supposed to control everything. You're supposed to rule everything. You're not supposed to feel that. You're never a victim. Men are not supposed to be victims. You're a man. Intellectual Novice says this is the reason why we have these recurring drug epidemics. Absolutely. Men don't have safe spaces to express themselves or their vulnerabilities without fear of backlash. Absolutely. Absolutely. What up, Club Fortune? We have to compartmentalize and figure it out on our own. Absolutely. And that's what we're told to do. And we're told to do this because we're men. You see? Because we're men. Notice it's a different way the problem is approached between men and women. It's different. You see? Men let women go through shit that's self-imposed. If you just want to be hard-headed, I'm gonna let you crash because you a grown-up at the end of the day. That's it. It's looked at totally different with men. It's looked at totally different. It is looked at as you supposed to suffer. You supposed to suffer. And I'm supposed to sit there and watch as a woman. Because it's not my job as a woman to feel no way about that. You see this? But I'm supposed to be able to come and dump all my shit on you because you still a man, nigga. So no matter what you going through, you still supposed to help me. You still supposed to be there for me. You're still supposed to be there for your mama. You're still supposed to be there for your kids. You're still supposed to be there for your nephews. You're still supposed to be there for your siblings. While fighting, being there for yourself. But in society, it's always said, oh, women need time to themselves. Women need time to decompress. When a woman come home from work, she shouldn't have to get in the kitchen and cook right away. She should have time to decompress. But soon as a man come home from work, he jump right into being daddy. Right? But you need time to decompress. You need time. But men don't need time. Even though we take the brunt of everything, we don't need time. Because we supposed to make time for everyone but us. Because even when I'm trying to have some me time, you're there. When I'm trying to have some me time, you're a part of me time. Because y'all think me time is, hey, it's time to get into bed. You see this? Never thinking about how this man is being victimized. He's being pulled over here. 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 And he's expected to remain intact. This is a disregard to his humanity. And men's humanity is constantly ignored. Why you tired? What do you mean? Why would you ask me why I'm tired? What do you mean why I'm tired? I can't be tired. I can't just want to chill. Maybe I got some shit going on in my mind and I don't really want to do much today. Is that a problem for you? Why do you feel offended? Because I don't want to go. I want to chill. But now you feel offended. You feel like I'm harming you when I'm the one going through something. But because I'm too tired to do what you want me to do for you or with you, now there's a problem with me inherently. Inherently, I have a problem or I have a problem with you. This is what women do. This is what women do. We never could play victim, but we often victimized. We're often victimized. And most women, they don't see this shit. They don't see that they victimize their men. They don't see it because this is their MO. This is their modus operandi. This is how they operate. This is how the majority of them operate. Take, 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 take. I need your time. I need your energy. I need it all, nigga. Take, take, take. And when you just asking for a little break, you just want to relax, then there's a problem. You got to understand you're being victimized. You're being victimized. Handsome to God, salute. Shout out to my man Dion. What up, Dion? Gemini, salute. Shout out to Celine. What's up, Celine? She says, I was raised primarily by my father. Therefore, we had no time for feelings. If you fall, get up. Deal with the circumstances, find a solution, and move on. Shout out to you, Celine. Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan. Appreciate the membership. He says, you're supposed to abandon yourself as genuine agency will have deemed as selfish to the knowingly self-serving. Shout out to you, bro. Absolutely. We are not allowed to self-preserve as men. This is why vetting women is important. If you are dealing with a woman who are not concerned with the preservation of you, meaning your spiritual, your spirit, what's going on internally with you, your family, your health, your appearance, your dwelling. See, if a woman is not concerned with these things, she's victimizing you. She's victimizing you. 9 times out of 10, she's one of these. She's one of these girls right here. She's one of these girls. Or one of these. Predatorial. And these type of women, fellas, will have you like this. I know. I was there. I know all about it. I was there. Yeah, how you like this? How you questioning your whole life? Have you questioning your whole existence? Gemini says they always have a to-do list prepared for you. Absolutely. Celine says, I understand my husband. So that man does what he wants and when he wants. Absolutely. And you see this, Celine? See, a woman who understands men and you understand a man because you understand your dad. So you understand men intricately, not the basics, because most women understand the basics of a man. That you understand the intricacies. So when you make this statement, I understand my husband, so that man does what he wants when he wants. See, most women would think that you just allow your man to abuse you. See, that doesn't denote abuse with men. See, what that denotes when she says that her husband does what he wants when he wants, meaning he has autonomy as a man. He doesn't get in his way of being the man that he is. What type of man that is? That family man. See, they're married. That's why she said, my husband. So her husband not running around being some nigga in the street. See, that's what most of you women think. That's why when you hear a woman say something like that, you think, oh, she just let her man get away with anything. No, that shows you ain't never had no man who ever came to fuck home to you. You never had a man who felt obligated to his family and to his household. That's what that denotes when she says that her husband does what he wants when he wants. That doesn't mean he run around with other women. That doesn't mean he go around and disrespect her. That doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean that. You see? But see, you won't understand that if you never had that. You're going to always think, you're going to always see yourself as being a victim. And this is how men are being victimized. This is what they're doing. They're operating out of fear and they project it off on you. So now they got to have some type of control over what you do and say as a man so they don't never feel threatened as a woman. And this comes out of insecurity. This comes out of insecurity. Insecurity comes from what? A state of lack. You're not used to something. So you think it's not so. You see that? You got to grow out of that. And men, women who are not ready to get out of that or move or have moved past that, you have to leave them alone. Because they'll never understand you as a man intimately. This is why intimacy is no longer in relationships. Intimacy is honesty. Intimacy is not a rose on a goddamn pillow. That's movie shit. Rose petals all over the floor. That's not intimacy. That's romance. That's that shit you see on Sex and the City. That's not intimacy. Intimacy is y'all sitting there being honest about who y'all are. No holds barred, raw and uncut. That's intimacy. You think intimacy is laying up, Netflix and chill and kissing. That's not intimacy. Because two lying motherfuckers could sit there and watch movies together. Two lying ass people sitting there clocking time with each other. There's no intimacy there. If there's no honesty there. If there's no transparency there. If somebody's still trying to hide to protect their ego, there's no intimacy. There's no intimacy. And men today, that's what we're looking for. When you hear men on these, when you hear certain guys on these certain platforms, they're talking about the lack of intimacy we don't have with women no more. Because women don't even want to sit down and talk. They don't want to talk. They don't want to talk. And if it's a conversation, it's some superficial bullshit. It's not nothing real. It's surface level bullshit. That's what this is. But once again, men can't express this because women gonna always feel victimized by it. When men start talking about what they think, it's back to them and how they feel about it. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Why you feel some type of way about me expressing what I think? Huh? But when you express yourself as a woman, I got to be all ears with an open heart. But when I say what I think and what men are going through, it's what? It can't be that serious. Yes, the fuck it is. Just like it's serious for you. Why can't it be serious for me? Oh, because that's what you think. Right. Which shows your lack of empathy. So if you have a lack of empathy for what I'm saying, why should I listen to you? See where there's no intimacy? See where the intimacy goes out the window? When someone wants to dismiss the other person, and usually the one that's dismissed is the man. His feelings is dismissed. What he think about relationships and marriage is dismissed. Because all this shit in society tells women that marriage and relationships is about you. That's what society has told women, that all this shit is about them. He's supposed to be doing all of this shit for you. And men are waking up and saying, listen, if I'm not getting nothing out of this shit, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this no more. Because this shit is not about you. It's about us. And if you still think it's about you, bye. If you still want to follow the ways of the world, goodbye. You see? You see, a relationship is about relating. That's why it's called a relationship. You have to learn how to relate with the other person. So if you constantly dismissing what this man is saying and playing it off to the side and acting like it ain't what he's saying it is and all of that shit, guess what? He's going to check out of the relationship emotionally. This is why you can't get through to him, because he done checked out on you, because you never thought how he felt mattered. You always played it off like it wasn't like that. When the man is telling you what the fuck it is, if I'm telling you what it is, why are you still pretending it's not that? That means you're ignoring it. That means you're ignoring it. And if you're ignoring it, guess what? Guess what? I don't need to keep talking to you. I don't need to keep talking to you. I don't need to keep explaining nothing to you. You see? You see? I'm not going to keep talking. But still, you don't hear men out here on bullhorns talking about this shit. But when we bring it up, it's a problem. Because we could never be victims. But even in conversation, we're victimized. Even in conversation. Oh, wait, that ain't it. What? I think you're overreacting. Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, that's what you think. That's what you think. But I can't tell you that you're overreacting when I say some shit to hurt your feelings. I can't tell you overreacting because you a woman, right? Because you're a woman. And the world told you that your feelings supersede mine. See that? You don't even know that though. You don't even know you was taught that. You was taught that since you was a little girl. What he not supposed to say to you, but you wasn't taught what you wasn't supposed to say to him. That's why you said. And do you think he's supposed to accept it and deal with it and not supposed to feel no way about it? You see? You see what's going on here? You see what's going on here? And I'm getting ready to play the video where this woman breaks this stuff down. This shit is normalized. It's normal. This is why it's today's show. Men can never play victim, but often victimized. We've even heard women on here tell men who've got up on these panels and talked about being sexually molested, and we've heard women say, oh, he probably liked it. How the fuck you tell somebody that? Oh, because he a man. He a man. But a man better not dare say no shit like that about no woman. But why would you say that about a little boy? Why would you say that about a little boy? But we've heard countless women say this because we can never be victims. Because we men. We can never state what we go through and how we felt about it. You're gonna tell this boy, well, this man who discussed about something that happened to him when he was a boy, that he probably liked it. When that could have been the most traumatic shit that ever happened in his life. But you're gonna tell him he liked it. Gonna re-traumatize this man in conversation. But this is not even a thought. This is not even a thought when it comes to men. That the shit that you say to him can re-traumatize him. This is not even a thought when it comes to men. It's not even a thought. But we have to always go through the proper precautionary measures with women. We have to keep that in mind. We have to keep their traumas in mind when we talking. But you could tell me that I like getting touched because it was a girl who did it. But you could tell me that and get away with it. You could say shit like this with no repercussions, no consequences, nothing. You can just tell me this type of shit. And don't find that to be abusive. Don't find it to be abuse. This is what's going on. This is what's going on in relationships. You know how many women done got up here and said that? When men done got up here and said, yo, man, I done got touched by a woman before. Oh, you probably liked it. What the fuck? How you gonna tell me some shit like that? Cause I'm a boy? Cause I was a boy and it was a girl? Why would you say that? Because there's no thinking. There's no concern or care. You see this? See, this is part of the gender war conversation that y'all don't want to talk about. This is why y'all rather harp on this sensationalism. Y'all don't want to have the in-depth conversation. Because the last thing y'all want to do is say I was wrong. That's the last thing. That's the last thing. But y'all beat men over the fucking head with accountability. That nigga better say sorry. He better make up with you. He better do all that shit. But you could say what you want to say to that man, and he's just supposed to move on like it didn't happen. You just told this nigga he liked getting molested, and he just supposed to be okay with it. Move on. I'm a man. I could take it. Right? No, I'm a human. How about that? You forgot about that? You forgot about that? Some of the shit y'all say to men, y'all never even said to y'all dogs. You don't even abuse your dogs like that. You don't even abuse your animals. Do you know there's scientific proof that shows if you talk down to a plant, it'll stop growing? But you don't think you could beat down a man with your words? Huh? When if you say negative things to your plants, they'll die. What you think you're doing to a human? You think your words don't affect a human? But it affect a plant? It affect an animal? But it don't affect a man. It don't affect a man. A man is infallible. Right? Do you wonder why niggas on all these drugs? You wonder why? You wonder why a lot of men are walking around in an altered state of reality? Because they don't want to deal with reality. Because what they are faced with and how they're surrounded by people who don't care. Who don't care. Men need to be cared for too. Okay? Contrary to popular belief, we need to be cared for too. We want to be loved and know that we love too. Contrary to popular belief. I know Oprah and all that shit done taught you something else. But why you think the mental health epidemic is what it is in the black community? These ain't nothing but suppressed fucking feelings and suppressed thoughts. Because a nigga can't show he hurt. Because if he do, he's called the B word. He's called the sucker. He's called the punk. He's told to shut up and be a man. On top of dealing with everything else every day. See? See what this is why the gender war need to end. Because like I always said, we're hurt on both sides of the war. We need to address the hurt. See, that's what y'all don't want to address. Y'all want to keep talking about who did what, who fault it is. No, let's address why we're hurt, both of us, on both sides. Let's talk about that. Let's be grown-ups. Let's stop playing the kid game, pointing the finger. That's kid shit. Let's discuss what happened. We already know who did what. Let's have the real conversation so something can really be done about it. You see? You see? I don't agree with men going around here going crazy on women either. I don't agree with that shit. Why do you think I tell men on my channel to get therapy? I don't agree with that. But what I also don't agree with is the dismissal of our humanity as men. Don't tell me I'm not supposed to cry because I'm a man. Don't tell me I'm not supposed to feel depressed or hurt after anything traumatic. Don't tell me I'm just supposed to bounce back. No, I'm human. I need downtime. I need to feel the hurt too. And a lot of us men we haven't had that space to do it. This is why we need to go to therapy. So you can have that space to feel the hurt. so you can stop projecting it. Because when you project something, that's you wanting somebody to feel the way you feel. How do you stop it? By addressing it. That's how you will stop the projection. You address the shit. But you need it in a healthy environment. That's what therapy is. It's a healthy environment for you to express that stuff, fellas. You see? That's the proper place for that. What up, world class? What's up, Taj? Thank you. Let's address the hurt and suffering we both are dealing with. How we can actually move past it and heal. Absolutely. That has always been my thing over here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I don't promote the gender war. Never did. I always was against it. Even when it went mainstream with Kevin Samuels, I was always against all that shit. It's not that I was against Kevin. I was against what he represented. That was that gender war shit. Promoting the beef between black men and black women. That shit is not cool. That's nothing to profit off of. There is no profit in that. There is no growth in that. And we saw that. We saw it for ourselves. What's up, Zaire? Good to see you. It's time for healing to begin our community. Right. A broken community cannot be rebuilt without healing. It cannot be rebuilt without healing. And what comes with that? Transparency, honesty. Because once you get used to being honest, you'll let your guards down. See, a lot of us still walk around in the black community with our guards up because we haven't got used to being transparent. You see? You can't help nobody. You can't lead nobody if you're not transparent. Nothing's going to change, man. This is why y'all hear me say we have to heal before we build. We talk about building a community, building an economic base, building all of this stuff, and we haven't healed. We have generations of trauma that needs to be addressed. It might take us 4, 5, 10 generations of healing before we actually get to the building part as a people. We need to focus on treating each other better again, talking to each other better again, before we talk about getting money together. We need to develop respect and camaraderie. There's a whole nother level before we get to talk about building something. I used to do construction work. When a building is tore down, right? There's something called the demolition stage. Yeah, I did demo work too. Demolition. Demolition. You got to get all that shit out of there. You got to pull it all out of there. What you think healing is? We got to get all that shit out. Then you got to treat the place. Because after demo, you got abatement. Abatement is still the healing part. You're getting all the poisonous and the hazardous materials, you know, the asbestos and all that stuff out of the environment. That's your abatement. That's still the healing part. Then you got to treat the work area. You got to go in there and test the air. to see if it's ready for the next stage. You see? Which is the first stage, the building. You see? We so far away from building. We far away from that. See, y'all still don't understand that healing is a currency for success. Just look at the industry. Look at the people with the money. Since y'all like to follow the money, look at the people with the money. What are they talking about? Mental health. What are they talking about in the music industry? Mental health. What are they talking about in Hollywood and mental health? Healing. Healing. You're hearing all these millionaires talking about healing. I had to go back and heal. Why do you think you're hearing all this? Why do you think you're hearing all this? Because they realized that's what's, see, them black people that you hear talking about this, Alicia Keys, Swiss Beats, all of them, they're finding out that that's why most black people lose all their goddamn money. Most black people lose their fortune due to their broken vices. Gambling, drugs, prostitution, shopping. Y'all call it retail therapy, shopping, consumerism. This is what they finding out. That if I don't heal, all this money I gotta be worthless. Because all I'm gonna do is spend it on all the shit that's gonna cover up what I'm really hurting from. This is what they're realizing. And they don't want their children to do this shit. This is why they're promoting it in the industry. But y'all don't even peep that. Y'all think everything is about money. This is how they got y'all fooled. They're actually showing us doing some shit so their children don't have to go through the same process. See, they don't have to worry about their children being broke. Swiss Beats don't have to worry about his child being broke. Jay-Z don't have to worry about Blue Ivy being broke. What they're thinking about is how the world's going to be when their child grow up, and they're concerned with how their child is going to think and respond to what's being thrown at them. Because they knew that they responded in the wrong way. You see? This is why you hear this stuff going on, man. This is why you see all of this stuff, all of this mental health stuff, and all you hear it being promoted by the rappers, by the people on the radio station. Why you think? Yeah, but of course, we think so low of ourselves because we don't have the money that we think that, oh, this is just a rich thing. No. This is a human thing. See, us as black people, we don't realize that we've been so traumatized and hurt that a lot of times we think money is going to wake us up. Bro, you don't need to be rich to start caring about yourself. You don't have to be rich to start going to therapy. Your money don't have to be right for you to eat better, for you to make better decisions on where you are and where you go and who you're around. You don't need to be a millionaire for that, bro. You don't need to be. You don't need to be living in a $1 million neighborhood for you to walk around your goddamn block. You see? But we don't realize this stuff, man. We don't realize it. Brownie says facts that gender war BS is dead. Man, they trying to keep it alive, Brownie. Club Fortune says, and plenty of the people advocating for the gender war are currently reaping what they sow. Absolutely. 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 Channels are being struck down and everything. Club Fortune says, building minus healing equals non-sustainable progress. Absolutely, my brother. Building minus healing equals non-sustainable progress. Absolutely, my brother. Running in goddamn place. That's what niggas are doing. Running in place. What up, Marcus J? Marcus J says, wow, DS1 stay bringing out enlightening information. Much appreciated and respected. Salute, Marcus J. I appreciate your support, man. Now let's get to this video. Let's get to this video. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Shout out to Olivia Alexa for this great video. Shout out to Olivia Alexa for this great video. Fair use, YouTube. This is for educational purposes only. What up, Ebo? Ebo says, may all gender war causes get hit with a brick. Del Diddy in the building. Peace, my brother. Salute. He said, and this is the obstacle I'm fighting right now. Man, shout out to you, my brother. No, money is an accelerator if your trauma and vices go unchecked. Facts.
Hi, guys. Women have very dark manipulation tactics they use to control you, and you're probably not even aware of it. It's always...
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all heard that. What up, Fierce Soul? Shout out to Fierce Soul. He says, Olivia be on point and I enjoy her stuff. Salute, DS1. Shout out to my guy, Fierce Soul. Okay. Okay, I'm glad y'all can hear it. Awesome.
Women have very dark manipulation tactics they use to control you, and you're probably not even aware of it. It's always painted that men are so deceptive, lying, and manipulative, not caring about who they hurt along the way. But women are masters of psychology, and a lot of them use these 6 tactics I'm about to share with you. 1, withdrawal. Women know how to have you worried, blaming yourself, etc., all while they're all smiles watching you wonder what the hell you even did wrong. Guys have almost been programmed to believe that if their lady is keeping to herself, then something must be wrong. Your brain automatically goes into panic mode and you start thinking if you missed her birthday or anniversary, or if it's something else that you forgot or something that you did wrong. Now, the next thing you know, that you're trying to make up for something that you didn't even do to begin with. Women do this to try to keep you on your toes. It's a way to make sure that you don't get too comfortable and start taking her for granted. It's a scare tactic to have you constantly thinking about her and start panicking because you feel that you might be losing her. Number 2 is mirroring. Mirroring is when someone copies the characteristics and traits of someone else. This could be through body language. This could be through verbal and physical habits, attitudes, tendencies, etc. I have a separate video on mirroring that goes in further detail, but basically they evaluate what you need in a relationship so they can pose as a perfect match for you. The problem is that it's never truly genuine. It's a tactic they use to bring your guards down in order to easier fulfill whatever agenda they have. Number 3 is guilt. A woman knows that there's a heavy responsibility on men to ensure that their woman is happy and well taken care of. She plays on that to get what she wants, or when she wants to get your emotions under her control. Guilt tripping you almost immediately changes any situation to work in her favor. Do you know how many men know something is off in their relationship? The signs are there that she's being unfaithful, but she throws a tantrum, or she turns on waterworks, or she blames the man for being insecure or controlling. And what does the man do? He starts questioning if he's tripping or if he's thinking too deep about obvious signs that he's seeing. Then he's apologizing to her to make her feel better when she knows that he was right all along. Number 4 is the hot and cold method. This is a staple in the manipulation playbook. She showers you with affection and attention, making you feel comfortable and attached to her. Then she catches you off guard with the disappearing act. Going goes, conversation seemed dry, her demeanor starts to give off very much cold shoulder vibes. That's when those answers start sounding like this. I'm fine. Okay, nothing. Yeah, I'm busy. Talk to you later. You don't realize it, but she's getting you hooked. Now you're sitting there like an addict, messaging, asking what's wrong. You want to see her, buying gifts to try to fix whatever you think is happening in an effort to get her attention and affection again. Number 5, the power of suggestion. This is a very covert trap. Have you ever been with a woman and she conveniently sticks into the conversation about this shoe that she saw or this dress that she saw online and loved? Or if y'all are together and she sees something that she likes and she says things like, I would love it if a man did something like that for me. Or I've never had a man buy me anything like that. What she's doing is subconsciously putting actions into your head. She's not directly telling you to buy it or do certain things for her, while at the same time influencing you to want to do these things for her. Number 6 is love bombing. Now, this is probably one of the most strategic and darkest ones. It comes in waves, a process that sucks you in and controls you just the way she likes it. It involves hyping you up, compliments, affection, the whole nine. She's going to make you feel like you're the perfect match, like you're special. They shower you with all this love and attention in an attempt to influence you. This is how love bombing looks. Day 1, you're so handsome. Day 2, oh my God, we have so much in common. Day 3, I don't usually fall for someone this fast. Day 4, I just feel like we're meant to be together. Day 5, I love you. By the end of this process, you're falling hard, and she's got you exactly where she wants you, fully invested in her and extremely vulnerable. Be extremely careful out here, guys. There's a lot of women out to do you dirty and manipulate you for personal gain because they believe that's all men are good for anyway. When you spot these manipulation tactics, call them out on it. Better yet, leave, because no good comes from a woman who practices these tactics. So until the next video, I'll see you guys then. Bye.
Shout out to Olivia Alexa. What did y'all think about that, fellas? What did y'all think about that? Gemini says, I must say she speaks on point. Fierce Soul says, putting that battery pack in your back. What up, T Church? T Church says that's some real info. Cuzzo says she's spitting real facts. Olivia is 100. No lies detected. Damn, she giving us the whole playbook on women tactics. Brownie says those are just manipulation tactics, period. No need to put agenda on it. Look, she mad. She tight. Always trying to correct somebody. She tight. All facts, speaking facts. That's cold. Good to know. Straight from the horse's mouth. Absolutely, Gemini. This is what they don't like. They don't like when it come out their mouth. When you play shit coming out of their mouth, this is what they say. They try to generalize it. Well, that's just the way shit is. Oh, really? Until it happens to you. Now you're a victim. But I thought that's just the way shit was. Right. Because that's what it is when it comes to me. But when it happened to you, it's the end of the fucking world. It's nobody should do that to me. But long as it ain't got nothing to do with you, we can just write it off as being life. See that? That's manipulation in itself. That's manipulation in itself. To even have that mindset. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to set the stage for you to be a perpetual victim. And that nobody else could feel the way you feel. Because it's only for you. It's only for you. That's what this is. That's manipulation within itself. See? Being that she up there speaking to men, oh, that's general. Oh, it's generalized. Oh, that can be for anyone. But if it was a man up there telling women how men manipulate women, oh, he telling the tea, y'all. He telling it. Listen to him. Tell it. But when it's the other way around, it's she's speaking in generalities. You see this? That's manipulation in itself. That's manipulation within itself. For you to say some shit like that. But when it happened to you, that's not supposed to happen to me. You see that? That's manipulation. That's you setting the stage for you to be justified in claiming to be a victim. But nobody else can, especially men. You know, because that could be for anybody. You know, that could be for anybody. You know, that's part of life until it happened to you. See, it ain't life when life hits you. It's life when it hit me. But when it hits you, it's not life. It's somebody did something to you. But nobody could just do nothing to me. It got to be life. And I just need to chalk it up and move on and be grown and grow up and learn how to deal with shit. You see that? That's manipulative. That's abusive. You see that? I'm supposed to get over the Atlantic Ocean, but you can't cross the goddamn creek. You can't get over shit, but I got to get over the Atlantic Ocean. I got to step over all this shit in my life. Right. But that shit ain't supposed to be there for you. Mm-hmm. You know, those same pitfalls and traps and shit that's not supposed to be there for you. It's only supposed to be there for me. And when I fall into it, I'm supposed to get myself out and keep it moving. But they're never supposed to be there for you. And if you fall in that motherfucker, it's the end of the world. Who set that trap? That trap not supposed to be there. Nobody's supposed to do this to me. But when I walk down that same goddamn road and them traps are open, I just supposed to know how to get around them. Y'all hear this? Textbook manipulation. What's up, Mississippi soldier? And this is why a lot of the men continue to partake in the gender war. But see, like I tell y'all brothers, y'all are having the wrong conversation. See, if you change the conversation, then they'll stop that bullshit. See, when you stop making it about whose fault it is, right? And you start going into the psyche of shit, see then that's, they don't want to go there. See, that's when they start making shit general. They want to generalize shit. See, because they don't want you to go down there. They don't want you to start talking about that. See, now you're going too far. You doing too much. It ain't that serious. Then you start hearing that. Then you start hearing, oh, you mad. You start hearing that. Because you having a different conversation. You having a conversation that makes them feel uncomfortable. They rather have the stupid, ignorant, childish conversation. They rather have the teenage girl arguing with her boyfriend argument. Who said this? Who did this? Who did that? Who didn't do this and do that? They don't want to have a real conversation, the adult conversation. Let's talk about how all this shit started. See, that's the adult conversation. Let's go down to the root of the problem. See, that's what adults do. Kids argue over the surface issues. When there's deeper problems that we choose to not address, and it pop up in the public. It pop up in arguments. So let's address why these things pop up in arguments. But you don't want to talk about that. See that? And Olivia Alexa just gave that to a name. She just put a name to it. It's called withdrawal. It's called withdrawal. Whenever it's time to be intimate, they withdraw. They withdraw. Oh, we could talk about that later. Oh, we don't got to deal with that now. Withdrawal. Withdraw. They withdraw. What up, Ray? Shout out to Ray Stansberry. They withdraw. She put a name to it. See, we probably didn't know the name of it, fellas. It's withdrawal. They withdraw. And like she said, they do that because that'll make us yearn for wanting their attention. Because you want to have the conversation. So what we'll start doing as men, we'll start trying to make shit easier on them so they could feel comfortable having a conversation. You want something to drink, babe? You want something to eat? What you want to eat? I'll go buy you what you want. This is what a lot of guys do. What you want to go shopping? I'll take you shopping. Just so because he want to have the conversation because he really want to know what's going on. And that withdrawal is her defense mechanism. This is how she shields herself. It's for protection. It's for her to protect herself from what she's been through. So she don't want to get hurt again. But men do that too. We have defense mechanisms too. It's called giving you the cold shoulder. It's called not letting you in emotionally. We have those too. You wonder why you never knew that nigga? Yeah, because you never was intimate enough with him. You never forced intimacy. You never push intimacy. So you could get to know him. We don't do this either, fellas. We don't do this either. Intimacy is outside the bedroom. Time. That intimate time. Make sure y'all check that series out. A man's shitty vetting process. We have poor vetting processes. Because we don't get to know what's going on up here. We're not intimate enough. We're not intimate enough with one another. I don't do unless catering. I don't do useless catering to anyone. I don't blame you, Gemini. But a lot of men, they go out their way because they just want they want that they want to have that conversation. It's natural for a lot of guys to do it. It's natural for a lot of guys. That's how a lot of men are. Some guys just take it to another level. Like some guys will take their woman on a shopping spree. Some guys will go cook. Some guys will go take them on a ride, take them on a vacation. Some guys just have, different means of doing it. But at the end of the day, we trying to have that conversation. Like, yo, what's wrong? I'm trying to figure out what's wrong. I don't feel good with us sitting around and this energy is just sitting here like this. So what Olivia Alexa said was true, because it draws men in. Like, damn, what did I do? Because that's the first thing men think, that it's something wrong with us. You see this? See that? Men are inherently programmed like this, that we think something wrong with us. You probably ain't do nothing wrong. She could just be having a bad day. She could have saw some shit on TV that could have triggered her, and she just having a bad day now. It probably ain't even got nothing to do with you. So, fellas, we got to stop thinking we were always the problem too. How she feel probably ain't got nothing to do with you, bro. But that level of withdrawal draws men in. And some guys, they'll go to extreme measures just for the conversation. They'll take their wife to goddamn Greece. Baby, can you tell me what's wrong now? We've been in Greece for the past 3 days. Can you tell me what's wrong? This is why I took us to Santorini. Because I want to know what's wrong, babe. I want to know what's wrong. I want what's going on with you. Some guys will go buy her a new car. Maybe this will make her feel better. Maybe she'll open up. This is what men do. Right. Let me fix it. That's men. We problem solvers. Let me fix it. Problem solving. The second P. After provision. Problem solving. Babe, what's wrong? See? Right. Fix it, Felix. Right. Fix it. We trying to fix it. What up, UFO? Shout out to my brother Po Boy Films in the building. Thank you, Miss Queena. There's the link to the playlist, A Man's Shitty Vetting Process. Make sure y'all tune into that. Make sure y'all get involved with that, fellas. Brownie says material things never fix things. You have to express that to your significant other, Brownie, because a lot of men don't know that. A lot of men don't know that. So the man that you're dealing with, you have to express that to him. It's a Band-Aid at best and a waste of money. You see, you have to explain that to your man, though. Because that could be his MO, with how he fix shit when he does something wrong in a relationship. You have to express that to him. That a bag is not going to make me feel better. A bag not going to make new shoes, not going to make me feel better. You got to express that to him, though. You can't just think he's supposed to know. Because all women are different, right? All y'all love languages are different. You see? Absolutely, Mississippi Soldier. Right. Tell him how you feel. There you go, boot camp. Tell him how you feel so he know. If I withdraw, I want nothing. If I don't like you here, I don't want you there. If I withdraw, I don't want nothing. But listen to that, Brownie. Listen to that statement. I'm a man. If I withdraw, I don't want nothing. You know that doesn't make sense in a man's mind, right? So if you don't want nothing, what are you withdrawing from me for? What's the point of withdrawing? What's wrong? Obviously, something is wrong. Who just withdraws? Who just pulls back? For what? If nothing's going on, any man, not a male, not some bozo nigga, but any man gonna want to know what's wrong. He not gonna sit there and let you what's wrong. Everything was just fine. What's wrong? So for you to say if you withdraw, you don't want nothing, that's weird to us men. You got to communicate better. You can't say I'm a withdraw because I don't want nothing. That don't make sense to a man. You see, that's too vague for us. So you just withdraw for no reason. For no reason. You don't feel no way. Nothing's going on. This is just how you are. No, that's not normal. That's not normal. That's not normal. And I'm not saying something's wrong with you, but I'm telling you how us men would think just based off what you said. Just based off what you said. Defense mechanisms without communication is manipulation. But you just said if you withdraw, you don't want anything. So if you withdraw and you don't communicate what's wrong and why you withdraw, then what does that mean? If I withdraw, I need space to think and communicate my thoughts effectively and respectfully. So you need to withdraw to think and communicate. See why therapy is important in the Black community? So every time you need to effectively communicate, you have to withdraw. You have to be taken back for you to come out and to express yourself correctly. Therapy is very important. Therapy is very important. That's very important. Very important. This is why I've been promoting it as long as I've been here, y'all. This is why my statement has always been what it was. We got to heal before we build. You see? And this is not to be better than nobody. This is to make ourselves better so we can have better experiences with people we interact with. That's what it's about. Having a better quality of life. A better quality of life don't mean a million friends. It don't mean everybody's, hey, look at you. Oh, what y'all got? No, that's not quality. That's quantity. That's people kissing your ass. That don't mean you got the right people around you and the people who really care about you. That don't mean that. We talking about quality. We talking about quality people. Not fair weather people. You know, fair weather friends. When it's sunny outside, your friendship is good. Then when it start raining, you don't hear from them. Fair weather motherfuckers. You see? Yes, we're very shitty mind readers. Men are very shitty mind readers. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because most of us men, we always in our own goddamn head. So so it's like, how do I got time to be figuring out what's going on in your mind when I'm always in mine? I'm always in my goddamn head trying to figure some shit out for me. I don't, men don't operate like that. Men don't operate like that. It's impossible for us to read your mind. Shit, we working through our own shit. Men need to become more educated on the dynamics of women's ego. Do you really know your woman or just her ego? Good question, Mississippi Soldier. Good question. And the video that I just played, I don't know if you saw it, Mississippi Soldier, but that's what I think Olivia Alexa was getting into. Boot Camp says that's more problems because now you're gonna think he's badgering you and he really just want to fix it. Yep. 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 Absolutely. Some ladies have a variety of alter egos. L'Oreal kept it 1,000. She said some of us just have a variety of alter egos. Queen says, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I had to let some people go. Yeah. Yeah. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen when you on that healing journey. Because those people are they're not suitable for the mentality that you're developing. Various egos equals living out various delusions. Absolutely. The ego is designed to protect itself, so it'll actually keep you in a state of delusion. Absolutely, Mississippi Soldier. Gemini 605 says, I'm not in the mind reading business. I'm not Professor X. Right. Brownie says, if I'm mad or hurt, yeah, because sometimes there isn't an issue. It's me. So I self-reflect and become introspective. I'll check myself instead of arguing over BS. I respect that, Brownie. I respect that. I respect that. But once again, you know, because I feel like you was being very transparent by saying that. I think, when with your guy, if you got one, I think he should know those things because most men are going to push to try to fix it. Like Boot Camp said, we just trying to fix it. Was that Boot Camp who said that? Let me make sure I said the right person who said that. Yeah, it was Boot Camp. Boot Camp says that's more problems because now you're going to think he's badgering you and he really just want to fix it. You see? This is why I'm saying this, Brownie, because this is what tends to happen. Exactly what Boot Camp said. Dale Diddy says, having to regularly withdraw from someone in order to communicate with them later is not healthy. Regulating your words isn't the problem. Regulating your emotions is the problem. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, I understand what she was saying too. That's why I said I feel like with her saying that she was being very transparent. But you gotta you gotta be intimate with your guy like that too, and let him know that when you withdraw in that way, that it's not him that's creating this. And if it is, you would tell him that too. Men are problem solvers. We're not just protectors and providers. We're problem solvers. That's why you want us to kill the roach that you're afraid of. That's why you want us to kill the mouse that you're afraid of. That's why you want us to carry the TV. We're problem solvers. That heavy ass shit is a problem for you. So your man coming, he grabs the heavy stuff. He's a problem solver. You see? And if he can't kill the bug, he'll get an exterminator in the house. He's a problem solver. He's not just there to protect and provide for you. He's also there to problem solve. Okay? But if you're the goddamn problem, the only way he can solve you is by leaving. So don't make yourself a problem for him. And you can easily do this through poor communication. See? And then when you don't understand that you're actually doing this when it becomes abusive to the man. You see? We got to understand this, man. Brownie says, I'm always state my grievances if they're valid. All your grievances are valid. See, if you're dealing with a man, all your grievances are valid. They're all valid. We want to hear them. Don't keep them to yourself because you think, oh, well, he's not going to care about that. How you know? How you know? Because see, like my brother Dale Diddy said, that's not healthy. Later on, see, when you think them little things that you think isn't valid to him, or you don't want to bring it to him, it could transform into something else later. And when you bring it up to him and he break it down, now he find out that this is some shit spawning from 2 years ago that you didn't want to have a conversation about. See, he could have solved that problem 2 years ago, but you done let it metastasize. You done let it metastasize because you deemed it invalid. You see? You see? Come on now. Come on now. Bob says roaches are a major problem. Queenie says that's why I don't get why some women say I don't need a man. I don't know. It's a defense mechanism. That's all it is. People don't constantly have to say what they don't need because it's not a need. It's not a need. So if I don't need toilet tissue, why am I keep saying I don't need toilet tissue? I don't need toilet tissue because I got tissue to wipe my ass. So why am I going to keep saying I don't need toilet tissue? I don't need toilet tissue. I don't need toilet tissue. Come on. That's a siren. Wow, 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 wow. That's a siren. See, us men, we understand that. It's a siren. It's a call out. It's an alert that they actually need a man. Because if you don't need it, why you keep stating something you don't need? What adult person does this? Come on, common sense. Common sense. She don't need it, but she keeps saying she don't need it. If you don't need something, that means you got it or you don't want it. So why you keep saying you don't need it? That doesn't make any sense. This is why I tell y'all fellas, stop getting upset at silly shit, because it's silly. When you put it on your mind and you put it on a scale, it's bullshit. So what you getting mad for? It's bullshit. We know it's cap. Big cap. We know that. What up, Double C? Salute, my brother. The book of Romans says small unresolved issues create seismic problems later. Absolutely. 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 Come on. But I definitely wanted to bring this to you guys today, man. Men can never play victim, but often victimized. And that was even said by a woman in the video. And I'm not saying this so we can feel good playing victim, because men don't play victim. You see, men don't do that. Men don't do that. Men gonna say what happened to them and then talk about what they're gonna do so it don't happen again to them, or so they don't allow it to happen to them in the way that it did. Because life is life. We're gonna go through what we're gonna go through. Experience is the best teacher. There's no book that's gonna tell you how your life gonna go. You gotta live it. You gotta live it. So we're not walking around being perpetual victims. We're not walking around with a badge of victim on us. But what we do is we express how we were victimized in the wrong way. See, fellas, we learn how to properly communicate our feelings and our emotions about shit that we've been through when we go to therapy. When you're talking to somebody and you don't feel like they're judging you because they don't have nothing to gain from you and they don't have nothing to lose. See why it's important, fellas? This is why it's important. This is why it's important, fellas. This is why it's important. Del Diddy says, rational or irrational, the emotions of a woman are valid because she's experiencing them in that moment. A man just wants the space to understand those emotions and where they are coming from. Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely. Absolutely. So shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up to today's show. Salute to everyone in the building. Salute to everyone that is in the building. Shout out to all the visionaries. I appreciate everyone for coming through and holding down the Chizat. Shout out to my lovely mods as always. Salute to all of the new supporters. Shout out to y'all. Welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. To anyone who have financially supported today's show, it's very much appreciated. Whether you hit the super chat, whether you hit the PayPal, or whether you hit the Venmo, it's very much appreciated. Very much appreciated, man. Most importantly, I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all being here. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share today's show. Don't forget, get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of today's show. Also, I will leave the link to Olivia Alexa's video. If y'all want to go over there and subscribe to her, and support her channel. She got great content over there. Shout out to Olivia Alexa. Once again, shout out to y'all. Thank you, Brownie. I appreciate it. Thank you, Queena. Thank you, L'Oreal. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, OG Mace. Salute, man. Appreciate it. Shout out to you, Boot Camp. My brother Po Boy Films. Salute, salute. Shout out to everyone, man. I appreciate all the love, man. I appreciate all the support. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.